If you'd like to purchase Magic Online cards with event tickets while logged in on Magic Online, look at Mtgo Academy's selection by trading our official bot, Academy Sellbot. You can find it in the Magic Online trading area or add it to your buddy list.
Welcome back for the semifinals of our draft. We have won the dice roll. We're going to play first. This hand had one more land. It had a forest instead of like this. This hand would be sweet and keepable, but I don't think we can keep it. It's a little too risky on the play, so we're going to mulligan to 6. This hand's fine. Oh, we suspend this turn 1. No turn 2 play, but if we draw like a third land, we could play this, and this comes down later. Same with that. Can't be unhappy. So we'll just suspend our Knight of Circe and say go. Mountain from our opponent. Remove a counter. Drew a 4-drop. Not not really what we wanted to see there. Say go. Any land would be fine. We'll just play our Saltfield Recluse. Mog War Marshal from our opponent. It's sweet. It's a 1/1 for 2 with Echo. When it comes in play or dies, you get a 1/1 Goblin. It's pretty sweet. So our Knight's down to a 1 counter. We drew the land, the forest. We can't play Sarah Avenger next turn unless we draw plains. That's okay. We'll just play our Saltfield Recluse and say go. So if we just draw another spell we can't cast, we'll play Gaia's Anthem and attack for 3. Our opponent decided to keep his War Marshal alive. It's pretty good against green decks in general because he gets double jump block. Pretty bad against Recluse, but that's fine. Let's cast this guy. And we didn't draw a land, so we're just going to play our Anthem and attack for 3. Might be worth the attack here, but I think like he's black-red, so I'm just going to be a little more defensive than I normally would be. So any land allows us to cast our 4-drops, a white allows us to play Sarah Avenger. Island, okay. Got a little Grixis deck. Bone Splitter Sliver, okay. This might be a Sliver deck. Those are pretty sweet. Drew a Plains, so we're just going to play... This can block here. I'm actually going to play the Pallid Mycoderm, just because we can... The longer those are in play, I think I already said this, the better they are, because you get more counters. And it can block. Whereas this can't actually block that without having to use the Saltfield Recluse. So we can just play the Avenger next turn. Like I said, like we have a good clock, we have a 3/3 flyer and a 4/4 flyer coming down next. I just want to stay alive. So yeah, Gaia's Anthem's pretty sweet. Very powerful. I remember my friends playing green decks when this was in standard. Just love throwback drafts, just a lot of reminiscing. Good times. All slivers have first strike. So here's a sliver, little sliver theme. Okay. Not too worried. So this gets a counter. We'll just yield to that. We could play a Penumbra Spider. I'm just going to play the Sarah Avenger. We're still at 20. And we can still hold off pretty well between the Recluse and the Pallid. And this is also a 4/4 flyer, so it's pretty good. Say go. Hopefully he doesn't have another Bone Splitter Sliver. We did pass like 3 of them. Like those packs all have the same commons. It was very like that happens. It's a draft. But you could easily have like 3 or 4 Bone Splitter Slivers. He hasn't missed a land drop. You could have Double Strike Sliver here. It'd be pretty good. Another Bone Splitter, okay. So just this one. So we're just going to shrink it and take 5. We'll attack for 7. He's on 2-turn clock, and we get played Penumbra Spider, so I feel pretty safe. Dreamscape Artist. This guy's, like I said, he's awesome. Get a counter. I think it's safer to play Penumbra Spider. Like Judge Unworthy could be really good, but Penumbra Spider is awesome, especially as a 3/5. Now we can also double block the spitting if we need to, but I don't think so. I think it's just worth it. Like, we'll just chump block it. And this Scavenger is lethal next turn. So like he might have a double strike sliver here. Okay, all slivers have vigilance. I was kind of worried. If it was the shadow sliver, all slivers have a shadow. It'd been really bad for us. So we have to block everything, obviously. He's tapped out, so I don't think we're dead. He could have brute force, so we gotta make sure we don't go down to 3. So I guess we'll block like this. So right now we're taking 7, 8, 9. And we can save one of our guys. Or we can just, I guess we also get to block here too. Then we don't actually win because of brute force. Because like, brute force can kill the Sarah, so I'm just not going to block there. I'm actually going to shrink this bone splitter. We're taking 7, 8, 9. We get our spider token. Kill one of his bone splitters. It's a nice little sliver themed deck. We get a token, because now we have enough lands, and let's attack for 7 in the air. I think that should be good. If he left open black, he could have like darkness, which was a time shifted fog. Alright, so we won that game off our flyers. That's pretty good. Pretty good. So slivers and first strike. Let's see what we want. Don't see anything from Mulder. Judge Unworthy seems good. Maybe not strength in numbers. Well, hit first strike. We can get through that. Maybe not Marshalling Cry. I'm actually going to try an intervention pack. See how that works. We can also take out this Herdinar, because it might be a little bit more defensive. We'll put in this Luma Thread Field. It seems okay against them. Pump our guys in the defense. So this hand, it's 5 lands, 2 spells, and this is going to get suspended turn 2, but it's not going to come down until way later. He's not too aggressive. He just like a lot of 4 and 5 drops. We're not going to mulligan this. It could be really bad. We're about to find out. So mountain. All right, head troll's good. Gives us, so we got turn 2 and turn 3 covered. Swamp. Pit Keeper. Okay, this is the guy that if you have 4 creatures in your graveyard, he returns a creature. They just played it, so it's just a 2/1. Judge Unworthy. Alright, we're just going to suspend our Dust Wasp, and we'll have this later. So giant. Such a giant wasp. Alright, our opponent has perfect mana. Spending Arcblade. This card's okay. It's not too good against us. Costs 5, spends for 3. It deals 2 damage, and then you suspend it again. So every 3 turns you get to shock something. So we drew a Gaia's Anthem. Player Hedge Troll. Like these cards are good. The blue one's pretty good. It bounces a permanent, but they're kind of slow. And you can like if you kill your creature, like bounce your creature with a white main line in response, then it just counters it and goes away forever. Ooh, Acre Slick. Can nothing do about that. Let's take 2. This card's really sweet. It has Cycling and Madness, so you can cycle it, draw a card, and then cast it. This goes down to 2. Alright, we're going to play our Archer. We'll have to take 2 again. So this is not going to resolve next turn, the turn after that. So we need to play Gaia's Blessing next turn to keep our Archer alive, unless you want to tap to prevent a damage too, which seems not worth it. But since he killed the Hedge Troll, we get to get it back with our Deadwood Tree Folk. And I love value, and that's awesome. So our opponent's a little bit stuck on mana, it looks like. And we've drawn spells, which is good. We had all our lands we needed in our opening hand. So if he attacks, we're obviously not blocking. We'll just play this and say go. Okay, so we drew a land. Ooh, that's a good one. Flowstone Embrace. The enchantment has the ability to tap it. Enchant creature gets +2/-2. So it's just like a 2-mana shock, basically. Or sometimes you play on your big guy, and you can pump it. Like if I put it on here, I can make it into a 5/1. So take 2. Go to 14. This doesn't come down yet. Essence Warden. It's kind of awkward because this resolves next turn, so this would just die. So let's play our guy's Embrace. I might want to kill this just because we're taking 2, going to 12. This will put us at 10. Hopefully we can draw a land. So every 3 turns you get to shock something. So it's okay. It's not the worst card. It's not too happy when I have to play it. So we're at 12. I think we're in Judgment Worthy this. Also, it's kind of awkward because I want to draw a land next turn. And this prevents that. I think we're just going to kill... Yeah, we're just going to kill this. Hopefully we can draw a spell we can cast. So I guess we'll put this on bottom. Put the Forest on top and put the Recluse on top of that. So we draw that. I'm actually okay to play the Essence Warden, and then we'll play the Recluse and we'll gain a life. And this will kill this eventually, but we're going to gain a couple life in between. Mountain, so our opponent has 5 mana now. They just drew that, so we can assume they have 3 spells in their hand. And we get this guy. It's going to be a 4/4 haste. I assume it's going to be like, I was going to say the Vigilant Sliver or the First Strike Sliver. So we're just going to take this next turn. You could play the Bone Splitter or the Double Strike Sliver next turn. So it could be like anywhere between 5 and 6 damage, but we're going to gain a life right now. And we'll attack for 4. Next turn we play Deadwood Treefolk, gain a life, get back something. And then we have this up to give creatures -2/-0. So I think we're in okay position. It's pretty, like Slivers can obviously get out of a hand very quickly, but blue, red, black, like I don't know what, you could have, there's a red sliver, so there's Hedge Troll, but there's also a Sedge Sliver, so it's a 2/2 for 2 and red. If you control a swamp, all slivers have it, if you control a swamp, it gets +1/+1, and it has tap black regenerate. So that's like really good. That one's really hard to beat. So it probably has like a Spitting one or a Bone Splitter. So we're going to gain a life and then take, yep. So we go to 14, then we go to 9, then we go to 10. We'll just take this. Next turn we could also chump block, because this is going to 1. So like this can just like chump block, so it might die anyways. But also if he kills that, then he's not shooting us for 2. So drew the Forest we knew about. We don't know anymore about the top of our deck. We're going to get back the Hedge Troll. Gain a life. That's a pretty good wall too, it's a 4/7. So Shadow Sliver puts us to prevent 2, puts us to 3. So I'm still gonna attack. There's nothing we can do about that. So if we chump block, it wouldn't be chump block, we could trade with this Bone Splitter. This goes down to 1 counter, we're at 10. He might have First Strike Sliver, that like that one doesn't even matter at this point. Played a land, so he might have Double Strike Sliver. which would be fine by me, because I just chump block on the Bone Splitter. Ooh, okay. Fatal Attraction. Comes into play, it deals 2 damage to enchanted creature. Then his upkeep, it deals 4 damage. So I get 1 more attack with it. But then we can get it back with the Deadwood Tree Folk. Drew a land. Not too good. He didn't attack. So getting a life. I think I'm still gonna attack with the these 3. This could die. But it could be bluffing. I probably shouldn't have done that. He's at 12. He only has 1 card in hand. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. Kind of throwing it away, but I just feel like it was going to die anyways. Alright, so nice Sliver blocks it. He takes 8, goes to 4. And we have 2 creatures that you can't kill with Arc Blade. Our Dustwalk dies. So probably just going to shock us. It does shock us though, like once again, Shadow Sliver doesn't kill us because we can prevent 2 of it. Another land. Alright, no attack. It's good for us. This will die next turn. Spoil off Ancient. So I'm just going to attack both of these. He has to block both. Probably got... So it looks like he's a little screwed, now he's a little flooded. He has 1 card in hand. He has to block both of these, or at least deal with both of them. Okay, go ahead and regenerate. I'm going to play the Forest and play the Ancient so we can keep up regeneration again. Yep. Play the Ancient, say go. So I think we're in good shape. Short of like... Well, yeah, Swamp Damnation would be pretty bad, but at least we get something back with Deadwood Tree Folk, so we wouldn't be totally out of it. Could attack with the Recluse. Yes, looks like he got a little mana screwed, then got a little mana flooded. So this little guy's going to die. We're going to get back our Giant Dust Wasp. Give us gets a counter. And we'll step with all of our guys. So never drew Intervention Pack. Seems like I've been fine this matchup. Alright, we won and we're on to the finals with our sweet green-white deck.